What's going on, YouTube? How we doing? How we doing? Right now it's 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hey, hey, Angie, how you doing? Jerry, what's going on, big time? How you doing? Good evening, Raymond. L, what up? What up? So, wanted to make this live earlier today. Had some things going on. My son is sick today, as well as I had to go to a doctor's appointment myself. So, got a little bit behind today, but I was like, you know what? I don't care what time it is. I'm still going to do a live today. So some of y'all might be watching who watch me on a regular basis. Maybe some people might be popping in here who may have not seen me do a live just because of the timing. Usually I do them around anywhere between 1 and 3 o'clock, something like that. So this is a little bit unorthodox. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing if you haven't already. If you're new, please subscribe, like, definitely appreciate everybody who gives any input. But today I want to talk a little bit about value. Um, doesn't matter what the product is. It's all about value. All about getting what you want and also getting value from it. I see a lot of people, social media wise, even in real life. When I go to a restaurant and I see, you know, two parents, they got a child, and they're ordering food, and the kid, he's saying, hey, I want ribs. I want a half rack or full rack of ribs, and the parents are like, no, you're not going to eat that, blah 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 blah. Let's get you some chicken tenders. I don't want no chicken tenders. I want some ribs. You know, and they basically undervalue the want of the child. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand. Maybe that parent can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Or even with the parents, I see them looking at the menu, and they never look at the left side. They look at the right side. They never look at what they want. They look at how much it costs. And if you got to look at how much it costs, you shouldn't be eating out. You should know that you're going to eat out because you wanted to get something as far as sit down, nice restaurant type thing. Okay, if you can afford to eat there or not before you walk in the door. You should know that, or get a little to go menu and figure that out. Okay, but you know the value of what you're getting. You know if it's low end, mid class, high end, what have you. Okay, start ordering what you want. Start looking at what you want, not how much it costs. Look at the value of fulfilling that want. And hopefully my nose is not too distracting. I got a little red mark on my nose. No, somebody's gonna comment about that eventually. So hopefully it's not too distracting for you. Um, but start looking at what you want and figuring out how to attain it. Don't look at, okay, oh man, that's gonna cost $1,000. I don't care if it's a hoodie, a shirt, a sweater, it costs $1,000. Okay? But the value of that product, the value of that service, the value of that food that you're eating, the experience from the food, the experience from what you purchased, the experience from that service is going to go a little bit deeper into your memory banks because you got to try something new. You got to basically live it out, so to speak. Instead of looking at, oh, well, man, that costs too much. I can't afford that. And not looking at, okay, how can I afford that? That's a whole different mindset. So start looking at things that bring value, that give you fulfillment, and stop looking at how much something costs or comparing it to somebody else because you can go right now to Tiffany's.com and find a paper clip, literally a paper clip that costs $150. Like, I mean, 100% it's a paper clip, but it's made by Tiffany's. It's $150. Now you might say, well, man, that's crazy, man. I ain't paying $150 for no dang on paper clip from Tiffany's. That's crazy. I can go to Walmart and buy a paper clip. but you don't understand the value of that paperclip to somebody else because it's a Tiffany branded paperclip. They want to buy something from Tiffany's. Maybe that's what they can afford to buy from Tiffany's, and that brings them fulfillment of having the experience of shopping at a high-end store and buying a paperclip. Okay? Everything is different. It's all about the value of what you're getting, not about just, this little thing because you can get it somewhere else cheaper. Yo, you can get McDonald's food cheaper, but you still might want to eat at Roof Chris. Okay? You may want to get a gourmet burger that costs $100, or you can go and get you a McDonald's burger. Okay? And both of those burgers can be equally good in their own way. But don't try to sit there and undervalue something just because you think it's too expensive. Just because you don't shop there, or you think it's something that people shouldn't do because maybe your income bracket right now doesn't give you the affordability to be able to spend at that lifestyle level. Okay? If you want to be at that level, fine, great, figure out how to do that. But don't speak down or, make anybody feel bad because they're wanting to do something that brings them value, personal value, a lasting memory, whatever like that. I went to Florida and ate at this restaurant called The Salt. It's called The Salt Restaurant. And it's inside a very expensive hotel, very expensive meal. And I ordered steak and eggs. They brought this, it was literally a piece like this. It was a Himalayan salt rock, like this big. Himalayan salt rock they put on top of an oven, and they heated it up, increased the temperature on the oven so it wouldn't crack the actual salt rock. And they increased it over time to where it was hot enough. And then they brought me my steak uncooked and my eggs uncooked with all the trimmings. And I had to pick the steak up and put it on top of the Himalayan salt rock for it to cook it and sizzle it. And I cooked my eggs on top of that. Now, that one meal was probably like, I don't know, $100. Yes, I could get steak and eggs in a Philly cheesesteak sandwich or something like that for maybe $5 or $6, $7. But it's paying for the experience. Understanding that there are a lot of things out here that you might want to experience that you might think is expensive, or you might think that at that time it may not be something you can afford, which is fine. But don't cast it off so much to where you don't put that in an action plan on how can you fulfill this dream that you have, of that value that it'll bring you, that lasting memory it'll bring you, that fulfillment of eating that $50 ice cream or something like that. All right, not telling you to go out and blow all your bread, because you got to do things that make sense, but don't try to undervalue anybody else's value or for what they feel is valuable. And at the same time, try to fulfill yourself. Try to get some fulfillment in your life outside of just living day to day. Right now it's Tuesday. You might need to do the same exact thing tomorrow, the same exact thing the next day. And you may not have came here for this. I'm talking about some credit stuff too, so just bear with me for a second, okay? But you have to look at your world and decide for yourself if you like the world you live in. And what I mean by that, do you like how things are turning out right now for you in your life in all areas, relationship, financially, your daily routine? And if there's anything inside of that routine or inside of your life that you don't like, you got to decide that you got to ask yourself the questions. Ask yourself the right questions. Those right questions might be something like, why don't I like my life? Asking why, figuring out what that why is, and trying to, whether you got to repair something, relationship or whatever, fix something, or figure out a way for you to have your own business, start your own plan, but really going hard at it, like not just talking about it, like doing it, having a plan to change your life. Because that should be very, very important to you, because that's valuable to you, not to me. What is valuable to you? If your day doesn't look the way you want it to look, what are you doing to change how your day looks? Look at what brings you value. You gotta look at what brings you value. Don't think about J knows credit, nothing like that. You, for you, is it having more hugs, having more kisses? It could be that simple. It could be, just coming home and somebody saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you," or getting a text message because your phone is dry and you want somebody to text you and say, "Hey, how you doing? I was thinking about you today," or just simply um, being able to purchase food without having to think about your checkbook and having to balance it and being able to spend it without looking at your account. That might be something that might be valuable to you. So look at value, increase value for yourself, and try to be valuable in other people's lives, not just think about how somebody else can value you. Think about, if you want people around you to add value to your life, what value are you bringing? Are you just pretty? Or do you just have money and that's it? You don't spend no time? Do you just show up when it's convenient and then you're gone? Do you do all this right here, but you don't do no action? Really evaluate self. What value are you bringing to the marketplace, to your relationship, to your job, to your friends, to people that pass you by that don't even know who the hell you are, but did you bring value by helping just open the door for somebody in a wheelchair who couldn't open the door? Like, what kind of value are you bringing? You want all of this value added on to you, but what value are you adding on to other people? What is your impact? Are you thinking about having an impact? Or do you just want everybody else to impact your life? Is that all you want? Is that why you come to YouTube? Is just to help yourself grow, but you're not thinking about the long-term goal of helping duplicate that and helping other people grow? Are you fixing yourself to help some others? Are you fixing your credits that way you can help your family's credit get right and everybody line up and you show them how you can do it? Are you looking at J-No's credit? Like, hey, this guy's charging all this money to teach people how to do credit sweeps and expungements and credit repair. I don't think he should charge that much money, because he's not going to help enough people charging enough money that he charges for that, but not understanding the value of what you're paying for and how that can affect your whole neighborhood of people, start your own business, and where you can actually have thousands of dollars coming into your own house. See, like right now, I'm charging $2,000 for credit repair. That's $2,000, not 200. 2,000 is what I'm charging right now for credit repair. That's giving you the breakdown, not just a video. Nothing wrong with a video. I'm giving you one-on-one, me and you, through a webinar live, not from the recorded video, of information on how you can do. You can ask all the questions, you can do everything, and we can get everything situated for your credit repair. Also, if you want the credit sweep service, I'm gonna give you credit repair and credit sweep under this same price. It is $7,500. Yes, $7,500. Did not stutter. Now, you might look at that. I ain't got $7,500. I can't pay for that. But you don't understand that most people who start a business, a true, real business, even if a brick and mortar business right now, if you started a business today from the traditional side and having to raise 10,000, 50,000, whatever the case may be, getting a building, getting equipment, borrowing money, you don't even get out the hole for the first 2 years. Until the first 2 years, if not 5, depending on the type of business. So you got all this debt and you got money coming in every month, but you still are not in the black. You're still not in the black because you did the traditional side. Now I'm talking about $7,500 for the sweep service. Now, from that, you might charge, I don't care what you charge. That's your business, right? Let's just say Average, you charge $1,000 for a person to do a credit sweep for them. $1,000. So that's really 8 clients. If you got 8 clients, you've already made all your money back. There are people in California, in Texas, in Florida, in New York who charge $5,000 just for the credit sweep. These same people charge $25,000 just to learn it. The same information I'm teaching you for $7,500, they charge $25,000. Now, there's information I've paid for that I have paid. Me personally, I have paid over $20,000 for information. Over 20. People go to seminars just to hear somebody motivate them, and they spend $3,000 to $4,000 on a motivation. No product. No real service. Just, well, it's a service, but you know what I mean. They're not getting anything. Like, it's just like speaking into your life. Encouraging, motivating, $3,000. And so when you come with the mindset, oh, you crazy, nobody gonna pay for that, that's expensive. It's expensive to who? Maybe in your world that is expensive because you don't see the value of what you're getting. But there are people like, on the 7,500, bro, when can we schedule? When is it gonna be? I'm ready. I got people right now waiting to get their refund check just so they can invest it into starting their own credit suite business. They got people on standby waiting to pay them as they're getting their money ready to pay me to teach them for it's going to take me 5 hours to teach each person. 5 hours. Literally. Like, not broken up. I mean, 5 continuous hours of me and you going over every step that you have to take in order to do that process. And I know that there are going to be a lot of people still that's going to watch this video and they're going to be like, man, you know, I just don't, it just shouldn't cost that much, man, you know. But at the same time, you got to look at people are going to be people. They're going to be people who are going to always think the way they think no matter what. But those same exact people who think that, you have to look at where you are. And are you where you are because of the way you think? So you got to change the way you think. You got to. If you're looking at, you know, success, you think success is shiny suits. You think success is big office. You think success is color. You think success is dress. Success is in your voice. All that's crap. Success don't mean none of that. You think success means, oh, well, either you can buy Gucci or you can't buy Gucci. Or if you buy Gucci, you broke. You ain't wealthy, because wealthy people don't buy Gucci. When they do, they buy Gucci suits. They may not buy Gucci shirts. I just don't wear suits like that. But you say, oh, well, this person wears a t-shirt every day, and that person wears Jordans every day. The person in the t-shirt is more successful than the person in the Jordans. And that ain't what that means either. So when you have this misconception, when the media and everybody's telling you about what success is supposed to look like, you start judging everybody based on that success. You're saying this is their value because of what they spend their money on, or because of what you think they spend all their money on, or how they move. And in reality, you don't know anything. You don't know that they might have tens of thousands of dollars. You might think, okay, man, I don't never see Jay with a lineup. I line up my own hair. I don't go to the barbershop to do no lineup. I don't get $50, $100. They have their own value. I just don't spend money there. That's not where my value lies. I feel like I can edge up my own hair with my own little clippers if I need to, do a little edge up, and that's it. I don't have to get my hair twisted every 3-4 months. I get mine like every 2 months. I'll get it twisted. You know, if it looks kind of straggly, it looks straggly. I don't care. I'm not. That doesn't mean that I don't have the money to do it. I just don't want to sit there and get it done. So when you're looking at value, or you might think that you're looking at value when you're not, and you might think that you're not looking at value when you are. It's just easier to be just neutral about it and not try to go off in a sense and say, okay, this is what that is. This is what that is. A lot of people don't do that. They automatically, you know what? This person's not successful. That person got too many Jordans. That person don't do right with their money. But look at self. Look at self. What are you doing with your finances? You say, if I had that much money, I would do better. Well, that's not always necessarily true, because if you made $30,000, if you're making 30,000 right now, 30K, and at the end of the year you still got zero, you're in the same boat the person who makes 100,000, and at the end of the year they got zero. They're broke on a different dimension than you. They just have a bigger house and a bigger car. But when trouble hits, when the market crashes again, because it will, the person who makes 100K is going to be worse off than the person who makes the 30K. The 100K got 100K worth of bills. They got bigger house, nicer car. Okay, so they have a lot steeper downfall than the person who makes 30K, who might have, a Nissan payment, compared to the person who might have Audi, BMW, and $500,000 house. The person might have, $150,000 house, $200,000 house. So the fall is a lot more epic when you make more money and you don't understand. It don't matter what you make. If you're still broke at the end of the month, the end of the year, don't matter. If you don't pay self, you don't have any value in self and paying yourself, it don't matter. You're still gonna be in the same boat. You're gonna look good, you're gonna live good, but see, all that don't mean nothing, because it can be over just like that. That job can be gone just like that. And then you put so much value, you put so much of your faith into that job, you put so much of your kids' futures, financial plans for your family, where you're gonna live at. It's based on what you do. If that gets cut, what's gonna happen? Your kids can't eat. You have nowhere to live, because you're not thinking about the value that you're bringing to them. Can they cut you at any time? And you're like, you know what? We don't want that value no more. We don't need that. We can cut that value and get it for less value. Or do you know your worth and you're looking at, okay, I love my job, but I also understand they don't need me. They can fire me anytime. So even though I love my job, I do want to have something set up for my kids and for my kids' kids. So I'm going to start a small business over here and hopefully turn into a big business if I need to turn into a big business, based on maybe my job might fire me. Maybe they might cut hours. Or maybe I'm able to sacrifice less hours to put more hours towards my business and still keep my job part-time. And they're okay with that, because I don't have to get full-time benefits. So I can get both checks. But it comes with a matter of thinking. Like, if your thinking is not on that level, you ain't been watching me long enough. You ain't been watching my lives long enough. Hopefully you start watching some, if you want to get the right mentality about where you are. And this is no high school diploma, Jay. This is no college degree, Jay. This is going to jail when I was younger, Jay. This is I used to sell dope, Jay. This is I don't care what you think, Jay. This is transparent as hell, Jay. This is breaking into houses, abandoned mobile homes to sleep, Jay. This is being broke, about to lose my apartment, Jay. This is my son was born and I didn't have no money, Jay, and I was scrambling to even get him a car seat. I had to get my mother-in-law to buy him a car seat. This is sleeping in my car, being homeless for 2 years. This is being locked up, facing 5 years in prison This is like literally like 5 years. Like this is like people don't understand why I'm so passionate about people and understanding your value and understanding your message, understanding your story, understanding your value. Like you have all the opportunity living in America, having this cell phone right here, and you don't understand how powerful this phone is. You don't understand that all the information you need to start a business, anything you need to bring yourself more value in a lot of areas, it's online. You have all this access. But what do you use it for? Do you use it only for entertainment? Do you use it for Candy Crush? Are you using it to get your you need to use it to get yourself out of whatever you're in that you don't like being in? I got people in prison watching me on YouTube right now. Literally, who watch my lives, who comment, "Hey bro, I'm in prison right now. I can't wait to get out and start implementing what you're teaching." And that's not something that's for me. He probably watches so many other videos not pertaining to credit. I'm just saying he's out here, well, in there studying so that when he gets out and he understands what he has as his freedom, he taps into that value and all the value that's online, all the free information that's online, all the stuff you can do, all people who are given access to information, and get out here and kill it. This is why I can take any ex-con. I'll take an ex-con any day. Any ex-con can get out of prison, get their credit right, get some credit cards and some loans, start a legitimate business, and wear all the Gucci, buy all the chains, gold teeth, get their hair dreaded, wear Jordans every day, and have 7 figures and build a 7-figure business. And then people who are here, who are living, who are free already, make all the excuses. I work, I'm a single parent, I got 2 jobs already, I don't have no time, and all that. All that excuses. It doesn't matter if it's a valid excuse or it's an invalid excuse. The common denominator between those two things is still an excuse. It don't matter. Valid or invalid, it's an excuse. Take excuses out. I could have made excuses why I didn't do a live today. I had this going on. My son was sick. I had to take care of him. I had to change my whole plans today because he was sick. But no, I'm still here. Why? Because I understand I'm on assignment. I understand people need to hear something. Somebody need to hear this. It may not be you. That's fine. Somebody may be watching this right now. Jay, I needed to hear this today. I needed to understand my value today. I need to start taking my life serious, my business serious, my relationship serious today. I don't know who that is, but I know I'm on assignment at all times, and I know if I don't fulfill my assignment, it has a domino effect, and it may not be anybody that I personally know. That's because I understand my value. Know your value. Know your worth. And get out here and really start living like you know your worth. On the credit side, just the credit side. On the credit side, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to get services for credit repair. Now, there are a lot of choices, a lot of people, a lot of things that, a lot of people are going to go to, and they're going to, spend their money with such and such and who is who and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a sales pitch for you. I'm not going to sell you on what I do. All I can say is that I do everything in my power for your credit if I'm repairing your credit. And then for my sweep services and all that, if something doesn't happen to move, like I've seen currently some Equifax bankruptcies not moving as fast as I would like to see them move. If anything happens with your services, I honor those refunds. because I took a payment for a service that I did not fulfill that service. Okay? If I take an amount of money for that service and I didn't fulfill the service, then I have to issue refunds or give extra services. That's how I operate. I can't tell you how other guys operate, how other females operate. I don't know. Maybe you had somebody run off on the plug on you, for lack of a better word, and you paid somebody for a sweep last whatever, and they never paid you back. You called them, nobody ever answered the phone, never text you back, never whatever, whatever. That ain't what I do. That ain't what we do. Um, and so that's one thing that I can say. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I've taken off everything for every client, because I haven't. That would be stupid. That would be lies. And if you want lies, you can go to some other credit repair company. But if you want that straight up, you want that real, you want it to be, um, you want somebody that's going to, talk to you like you're a person and not talk to you like you're a number, and actually get some more value other than just credit. Maybe get some tax, knowledge here, because I've been teaching taxes for over 10 years, so I'm not new to that. And you know, somebody who's actually going to be in your corner and do everything in their power to take care of your credit. That's what I'm going to do. That's all I can say. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know about anybody else. I don't know. But you call and talk about your cousin paid this other guy $4,000 or something to take care of their credit, and he didn't, and now you're like a almost like and this is for lack of a better word, so don't misconstrue this, but it's almost like you're like in a bad relationship. You're in a bad relationship, and that person hurts you, and now I'm trying to give you a new relationship with me, and you're so hurt by the relationship, you won't open up. You're so defensive. You won't let me in and be able to help you, and so you come on to the call with J Knows Credit with me or my assistant on the attack. You're already attacking because of what somebody else did or did not do, instead of saying, "Hey, um, I need some help. This is what I need help with." But because that person hurt you, you're like lashing out. And this person, are you sure? And this and that, and I like the way you said that. And you start going into attack mode for no reason. You start like, I don't wanna. And that's one reason why we do certain things. Like, for example, we got some things split up where you can do an expungement service. You can pay. Once you get your quote and everything like that, you can break that payment up. You can break it up, which most people won't break up your expungement payments. But we have a service where we'll break it up, where you can pay, over a 3-month period. And so, hey, you pay this one increment. We'll go ahead and start on your Equifax, for an example. We'll go ahead and start, doing your Experian, for example, so that we can start getting results. Then you pay that second payment. And now we're going to go ahead and start, working on your TransUnion or whatever like that. Okay, so, that's something that can help a person because maybe they can't afford it all at one time right now, but we can break it up for you to be able to still get the service and work still get done. Now, if anything happens, you still know that certain things are refundable. Guess what? Yes, sir.
I'm following directions on this yellow car.
You did it?
Yeah.
Okay, great job.
Because these red things are supposed to be on the back, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Where this is.
Yes. You feeling better?
Yeah, a little bit more.
Okay, all right. I'll see you later.
I will show you when I build the whole thing of this cool car.
Okay.
From Lego World.
Okay. That's the king right there. But yeah, it's just really something when it comes to my services, man. I'm gonna do everything right, and I'm not gonna sit here and fake the funk with nobody in order to make myself look good or anything like that. I'm just gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna give you the real talk. If you like the real talk, you'll do business with me. If you don't like the real talk, you go with somebody else. You don't like the way, maybe I don't look the right part. Maybe I don't say the right things that you want a credit repair person to say. I don't know. But if you do, then we'll take care of it. You know, I'll take care of your services. And if I don't, you already know what it is. So that's the way I like to do business. And I feel that you get a whole lot further, you know, when you're able to say, okay, I didn't do what I'm supposed to do. Let me make sure you get straight. And I just pride myself in knowing that I do that. Now, I say that I'm the only person on YouTube who does that only because I don't know anybody else who does that. If somebody else does that, you let me know. I'll stop saying I'm the only person who does that. Now, you know, who does, you know, refunds like I do. Most people don't even do, if they do a refund, it's not the kind of refund that I do. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but yeah, thank y'all for watching. I know it's been 36 minutes, but I appreciate y'all being here. You know, subscribing. 1-8333-556697. 1-8333-J knows. You can call and you can text that phone number as well. Email inquiry@jknowscredit.com. And you know, if you need help, we'll definitely help you out. And I appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all. I will be here tomorrow. Not the same time, more my regular time. But I definitely look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Thank you for liking the video. See, I got 6 likes so far. Thank you for liking it. Thank you all who are watching right now. You're 18. I think it's like 25 people who watch. Thank you so much. And see y'all on the next video. Jay out.